7, bossy. Ah, why did one fly off?
What's flying there? There are 200 of them here, already 250.
Drones have set all of Russia ablaze in an emergency. Locals can't keep up with counting the drones. The Rostov region has been cut off. The railway has burned down completely. The authorities are boiling with anger. The logistics hub has been eliminated for good. Only a pile of rubble remains from the important electrical substation. Occupied Donetsk was hit as well. Ukraine has targeted the destruction of high-value targets. Which ones exactly? More on that coming up. Watch until the end. Greetings, Ukraine. Today, Yaderina Hutska and the latest events. Russia is in shock. Another massive drone attack, one after another. The Rostov region is under targeted attack. Panic has gripped the Russians. Local social media groups are literally exploding with alarming reports.
In Salsk, Rostov region, drones attacked a railway station, causing a fire.
The Russians immediately confirmed the information. It's simply impossible to hide the strike. Absolutely everyone heard and saw this.
The railway station is on fire. The railway station is on fire.
There is a logistics hub there for transferring resources, fuel, ammunition, and other cargo to the Donetsk front, as well as to the south, to the temporarily occupied Crimea, and to the Zaporizhia region.
Right away, locals started uploading the very moment of the strike to the internet. You can't miss this epic shot.
What's flying there? What is that? What? About 7 of them, Vasya. Oh, another one is flying. Another one is flying. Another one is flying. Vasya. There it is, there it is, there it is. Another. One just flew by. You.
Well, really, what else is there to do but film the fire show on video?
What are the Russians doing? They're filming it as drones hit people. There was just an explosion, and I have no idea another one is flying now. But where is it?
In the press service of Russian railways, it's no longer about videos. They urgently announced that the main strike hit a freight train. The head of the Salsky district reported hits on 2 tank cars and a locomotive.
Due to falling drone debris, the contact network at the Salsk station in the Rostov region has been disrupted. In addition, the windows of 2 cars of passenger train number 59 Novokuznetsky-Slovodsk were damaged. The passengers of the train were evacuated.
No one is walking along the tracks there. It's really burning well.
Nevertheless, Salsk station has suspended operations. The flames engulfed a vast area and the glow could be seen for kilometers. The fire was barely brought under control. Russian rescuers were not prepared for such a volume of work. There was unrest literally in every corner of the Rostov region. Local residents have already published videos of attempts to shoot down an entire swarm of UAVs.
Air defense is repelling drone attacks in Kamyansk, Volgodonsk, Salsk, Bukovsky, and Tarasovsky districts.
Meanwhile, the Russians themselves are diligently filming everything and trying to guess where exactly it hit.
There's a fire above the 9-story building. Looks like it's the oil depot on that side.
But the Russian woman guessed wrong. The fire broke out in the area of the Dvoynaya traction substation in the village of Orlovske, where it is located, and everyone is on edge. The drones flew in one after another and literally broke through the Russian air defense. Z channels are crying out that the drones hit their target precisely and set it on fire literally.
It's flying right over the house, heading that way. What a hit.
The crucial substation is an integral part of the extensive Salsk power supply system. So now the Russians are truly and undeniably facing a significant disaster on all fronts.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now.
The action has reached Leningrad Oblast as well. The drones set everything ablaze.
The sound of a UAV flying over the area was heard at the beginning of the 4th hour of the night. Then at least 2 loud explosions rang out and a bright flash was seen in the sky.
In total, more than 70 UAVs were active over the Russians in just one night. However, that's not all. Explosive news from Ukrainian defenders. They scorched the enemy even in the temporarily occupied territories.
Russian logistics are systematically suffering, from Volgograd earlier to temporarily occupied Donetsk. Today, all of this will affect the pace of Russian reinforcements in the east.
A drone raid directly on Donetsk. Local residents reported loud explosions and fires near the district railway and substation. There are 200 of them here, already 250.
A drone I don't know where.
Meanwhile, Russian public channels claim that drones attacked the Donbas Palace Hotel. The Ukrainian side hinted that occupiers were hiding there.
A massive strike on the Donbas Palace area. The city is partially in blackout. However, we expect a series of excellent obituaries for high-ranking officials and commanders.
A video has also appeared showing the aftermath of damage to the Pushkinsky business center. After the drone raid, part of the city was left without electricity. The company Donetsk Electro, controlled by the occupation authorities, claims that due to the shelling, 150,000 subscribers in Pitmy were left without power. Meanwhile, in Donetsk, there is a real catastrophe with the water supply. Yes, you heard that right. Residents are beginning to suffer from dehydration, and epidemics are spreading more and more with each passing day. The authorities promise to solve the problem, but as always, their actions differ from their words. We'll tell you more about the water supply, or rather, its absence in the temporarily occupied city in our report. Coming up next.
There was a time in Donetsk when you could just turn on the tap and get water. Today, people have to stand in line with buckets. Residents now call their bathroom a 3-day supply. That's how much water they managed to store up before the next delivery.
Today, the water supply situation in our region is critical.
Donbas is turning into Africa.
The reservoirs have been drained down to the silt, and now there's simply nowhere left to get water from. Nowhere. There's simply no water left at all.
Since the 21st of July, the authorities have introduced a schedule. Water is supplied once every 3 days from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. In some districts, there is complete silence because the water doesn't come at all, not even through the pipes.
We are appealing with a demand to the head of our republic, Denis Vladimirovich Pushilin, to restore the water supply to our settlement. Since 2014, our settlement has endured, is enduring, and will probably continue to endure the ongoing lawlessness in relation to public utilities. There is no water. In the village, it's probably already the 8th or 10th time the supply has been cut.
It should be noted that the liquid coming out of the tap is a murky yellow color. You can only use it at your own risk. You can't really drink it, cook with it, or wash with it.
Drinking water from the tap. Kirovsky district, we pay by the meter at the rates for drinking water. Tell me, is it possible to drink this water?
Residents complain that the water smells like a swamp, there's rust on the walls of the bathtub, and a residue on the dishes. The key reason for the water crisis in Donetsk is the shutdown of the Siversky Donetsk-Donbas canal. Up to 85% of all water in the region used to come through it. Now, most of the canal is under Ukrainian control and the supply has been stopped.
The time is after 27. This is how water flows in the Kirovsky district on Ural Street. We're at the long-suffering house on this street. We made the water ourselves. For 3 years we asked, we pleaded. We turned everywhere we could, but in the end, we did everything ourselves. Now, not even a month has passed since we made the water for ourselves. And now we have this joy. And how long this will go on, this isn't the first day. That's the story.
After the destruction, the canal was damaged and no longer operates at full capacity. Russia does not have access to the pumping stations and key sections of the infrastructure. Without this, it is impossible to restore stable water supply.
It is truly an insurmountable challenge, a task that presents itself as utterly beyond the realm of what can be achieved or accomplished. The very notion of its feasibility seems to vanish, leaving behind only the stark reality of its impossibility. Not the water pipeline, excuse me, but the Siversky Donetsk canal. An artificial canal, which is the only one capable of supplying the industrial, densely populated Donbas in full.
Official statements promise water transfers, river repairs, and emergency crews. In reality, the schedules exist only on paper. The promises sound good, but water deliveries are often either delayed or arrive at inconvenient times.
Kalinin district of Donetsk, Nizhneodinskaya Street, Building 3. There was no water on the 9th floor in July. We appealed everywhere we could. Have some conscience. This mistreatment of people could end badly for the authorities. People are trusting and patient, but it's better not to tempt fate.
People stock up on water by buying it in stores, storing it in bottles and basins. In the morning, being able to wash up is already a celebration. As local residents say, to get water next time, you'll have to wait 3 days. And that's if you're lucky. However, there are even more unpleasant consequences.
There's already an epidemic. I think the authorities are keeping quiet. Vomiting, diarrhea, children are being admitted to the infectious diseases ward. Adults can treat themselves at home, but it's dangerous to leave children untreated. And water is the main issue. And also unwashed fruits and vegetables.
The water situation is critical. The scale of the problem that local residents are witnessing now is unprecedented. However, there are those who can't get water even with distribution efforts. High-rise buildings are suffering the most. Water simply doesn't reach the upper floors due to low pressure. Residents of the 9th, 10th floors and above are left with empty taps even during supply hours. People go downstairs with canisters, look for spots with water pressure, or make arrangements with neighbors on lower floors just to get at least some water.
Young people eyes, everyone is leaving, only pensioners will be left, there are no jobs, and living conditions get worse and worse every year. I'm curious because a lot of people write complaints to the Kremlin, but the situation doesn't change. They don't believe the people, they only trust the reports from our officials saying everything is just great here.
However, as you remember, the Russian world promised restoration and a peaceful life. But instead of water rationing, instead of free access limits, instead of proper infrastructure, a communal anti-utopia. This is the contrast between official rhetoric and real life.
Will Putin's railway really fade into oblivion after the powerful attacks by unknown drones? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button under the video, and stay up to date with the main news. There are almost 445,000 of us subscribed. More to come. See you soon!